like that are very special. It's giving me the
In a
spinning
bad
wheels
way.
of death. What are you doing?
But yeah, it's amazing how much more fun the dragon gameplay looks and
Window
plays.
capture.
Because right now the game is fun.
Currently show this.
Even if this one's hard, these missions are hard because I have to do a certain thing to get a weapon from it. Even then, it's still like way more fun. You could tell they had more time on it.
Let's see. Why can't I change the title? Let me change the title. Come on. Stop.
The game's slightly too loud, I just noticed. That's what I was trying to test earlier. There we go, turn it down just a hair.
Okay, so what I'll do...
Let me skip past the glitchy audio sound. Because I need to check my PS2 emulator's settings. I think it doesn't like what I do with it. Because the fact that it doesn't handle text well, or certain textures well, I think is like a sign that I need to check the settings on it.
Well, I guess I'll have to just change the title later. As long as the thingy works well, then it's fine. I can go through and edit it later, keeping in mind the fact that it always times out after exactly 2 hours and 23 minutes.
The stream times out?
Yeah, it just dies after 2 hours and 23 minutes. I don't know why. I don't know how.
Also, V8. That's what we're drinking right now. Gotta get my vegetables in somehow today because I had a good but terrible lunch. Good in the sense that it's delicious, probably terrible for me.
Ray drinking tomato juice. I am disappointed in you.
But V8 is good. It's more than just tomato juice.
I know, but to me it tastes like tomato juice.
It's kind of gross, but I'll drink it if I need. It does legitimately like the V8 proper, not V8 whatever the juice one is. That one is terrible for you.
Oh.
V8 proper is pretty decent for you, to be honest. It just has. This is also low sodium. I was gonna say it has sodium. This one's low sodium. So
of course it is.
It does taste pretty vile.
Let's go to the funny site. We're gonna log out of the account because that's the optimum way to view it, so that it doesn't show me my normal stuff.
Oh,
see.
On Reddit?
Yeah. So on the Reddit homepage, without anything sorted, first question, which celebrity looks like they smell bad? What does that even mean?
What does that even mean? Yes. Yo, who joined?
Here's a screenshot of Andrew Tate getting angry at Greta Thunberg.
Oh, is that your streaming one?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I was wondering who joined.
Oh wait, no, it wasn't. It was not actually.
It is me. It is I.
It is the camera.
Oh, hey, what's up?
What's up? We're playing the good part of Drakengard. Don't worry.
Okay, how do I...
Are the other Drakengard games better?
Yes, but the first one is interesting in a way that is, its art direction is stellar, and its story is pretty good.
Didn't I hear something about how, like, the whole game was originally going to be playing as a dragon, and then they just...
Yes, that's what I mean by the good part, because the dragon
did Elon
gameplay
Musk
is
actually
legitimately
post
good.
that? Or is that an edit? I need to look this up.
Gameplay is...
And the ground gameplay is blah. It's blah.
How is the ground story?
Well, there's no real difference between... It's not like it's a different character. It's the same character. He's just riding his dragon.
Guys, Elon Musk is officially an alt-righter. Oh, dear God.
What did he say? Oh, oops. Sorry about that.
I'm just gonna let the picture speak for itself.
Did he tweet, like, Kanye is okay or something?
I'm just gonna let the meme speak for itself.
Oh, I didn't see it.
Oops. Sorry about that.
Oh, that's okay. I was just asking if you could explain it.
Elon Musk, am I right, boys? Elon Musk is like my dad, except he's rich.
Boom. The other problem is the dragon missions are so fast, but the ground missions literally take 40 minutes. Like,
but I guess that's sort of the reason why I'm interested in David Cage media, because there's just something really fascinating about it.
Injustice.
Can't he just stick to the cars and the rockets, man?
I don't want to talk about.
Okay, anyways.
I get it.
It's alright, just because we literally talked about him for 5 hours yesterday. But
in other news, there's something about how Elon was planning to step down from Twitter.
Yeah, I thought he did a poll that he said he would abide by the rules.
He said he'd only step down once he found someone dumb enough to take the job, and even then he'd retain control of key tech divisions.
Did he say someone dumb enough? Was that the word he said?
Someone foolish enough to take the job.
Oh, okay. Well, at least he admits it.
Let's see.
I'm looking up, by the way, when I'm just sitting here, what I'm doing is I'm looking up the weapon guide, because how would I know to do these things that they want me to do?
That's hilarious.
Things like, kill the enemies in X number of minutes and with X number of health. How would I know that? This mission's cool, though. I love this one. Because look how they start you. It's really cool.
Okay, we've seen the Andrew Tate being... Oh, we've seen the Andrew Tate being stupid thing 3 times.
There's the ground, and there's your enemy. And you're going real fast because you're nose diving. It's really cool. Like, why is the dragon is so good? Why? And the gameplay never got old to me, so despite this game's insanely long runtime, so I really wish there was more of the dragon and less of the stupid ground stuff.
As we have said before.
Yes. But yes. What was the alt-right Elon tweet?
I just put 2 of his quote-unquote funny, relatable haha memes, which he posted without a shred of irony. I put them in the streaming chat.
Okay. Sorry, it's tough for me to look at them.
Are we just gonna ignore the name of the stupid restaurant here?
They brainwashed you, really? And it's
says the man who has been brainwashed by the alt-right. Like, okay.
And it's like the LGBT like flag and a bunch of needles for vaccines and Facebook and communism and
knowing Elon Musk
ideology
and knowing Elon Musk, he posted it without a hint of irony, which is,
or he was like, haha, it's very funny that there's people who fall victim to Jewish conspiracy theories.
Oh wait, they got the Jewish people in there?
Well, what I was thinking is they brainwashed you. It's like a nod to, I don't know.
Yeah, but my dad believes in all this nonsense. But he doesn't believe in, Jewish people being bad.
Well, I know, and I'm not saying everyone who does. I'm just saying, like...
Yeah, there's a lot of people who do.
I'm dubious of any meme nowadays, but that might be a me thing. I don't know. Also, these Cyclopes are wrecking me. Yeah, so basically here... oh, nice, he totally missed me. Hua.
So can I ask you something?
What?
You know anything about Warhammer?
No. I know that you Technics, who are the people who did Ride to Hell, did a Warhammer game once.
Apparently Warhammer is coming to television.
So true.
Sorry, I was checking our levels again. I always have to check it early on.
Why aren't there many homeless people and why aren't there many homeless women in Florida? What? Okay.
I almost thought you were going to ask a question about the Invisibles, and I was about to get triggered.
Maybe they're all partially invisible.
I was about to get triggered on Rado's behalf, and he was right to be triggered. I'm just saying I would have been.
Ooh, this is hilarious. I think this is supposed to be bad.
Cubes. Those are one of the coolest enemies in the game, the gargoyle cubes. Something about them, it's just The fact that it's like a weird face that unfolds, and there's a weirder face, and it's just a cube. They feel like a Silent Hill enemy a little bit.
I think this is supposed to be a joke, because there's no way that this can unironically be a bad logo design thing. It's funny. It's great. I love this. It's funny.
I am definitely failing this one.
Okay, let's go to the wonderful people at Ask Reddit, because that's the craziest thing, man.
Reddit likes to be crazy.
And that's the funny.
The best quote from Deadwing Dork, the streamer that I love, is, quote, "It's Reddit. Reddit likes to be shitty."
So true. Men, what's something hard about being a man that you wish women understood? Sometimes men are quiet because it's relaxing and there's not always something wrong. My dad tells me that a lot.
Well, that's true. That's true. There's sort of men just don't want to talk. Yeah.
My dad.
That's not always just toxic masculinity.
Yeah, that's why my dad says, that's why so many men like fishing, and that's why he likes hunting, because he can just go outside, shut the brain off, and go into
that's why I like
the
gaming.
box. He says it is the box of doing one task, and you do not wish to be taken out of the box.
I guess it's hunting is more tedious than gaming, though. So. Well, not when you're playing Drakengard 1, but.
Since I think we had a bit of a world building discussion yesterday, what's the video game that has better world building?
This game. You want me to explain why?
Yeah, what is the Drakengard lore?
Well, the Drakengard lore is basically there's this fictional alternate Europe called Midgard that is all messed up, and there's magic that was brought into the world by a strange supernatural event that's not really explained yet. And essentially, that takes place in the middle of the war between the Union and the Empire. And they're fighting over the control of the seals, which keep the end of the world at bay. And one of those seals is a person. 3 of the others are like physical seals that are embedded in the land. Seals meaning like brand. It's not like the animal, just to be clear. And basically what happens is this all kind of like comes to a head in this game, and the Empire, through it stepping up its game essentially and allying with a cult called the Cult of the Watchers, which are a shady, mysterious group that worships the gods of this world, and the gods of this world are evil, by the way. But they worship their emissaries, the Watchers. And they invoke the Watchers by breaking the seal. And that's basically like the premise. And what happens... Wait. We all good?
Yeah, I was just waiting for you to... Eh?
Oh, I think someone joined and left repeatedly.
I think that was Nugs.
Oh, he was probably...
He
does that randomly. I don't know why he does
okay.
that.
I was gonna address the person joining. But essentially that's the lore, and basically what happens is, through a series of events, of these crazy events, we learn that the Watchers are basically otherworldly beings that are somehow linked to the Earth dimension, and through this link is where they get their magic. And also the origin of an apocalypse event that is pivotal to the future of the series, retroactively. And basically through all this, we get some insight into the human psyche and insanity in specific, and depravity. Because it's a dark fantasy setting, and all the characters are like weird, messed up versions of tropes. So yeah, that's the lore.
Anyways, so this is another thing that someone said. He wished that women would understand that men can be very happy in a room with people they care about, but without conversation. That's what my dad tells me a lot. He says this sometimes he gets together and goes to a restaurant with his friends from work, and sometimes they're just sitting there, enjoying the atmosphere, watching people, but not really talking about anything, and they're happy. And to me, as an extrovert and as someone who loves being around people, that just confuses the heck out of me.
Yeah, I get where they're coming from with that. Because, like, I sometimes enjoy people's company without interacting with them. That's, like, a thing. You know, I mean, it depends on my mood, I guess. Like, and I go in and out. Like, it can change by the hour if I'm hanging out with people for, like, a long period of time. Sometimes I'll just slow down.
Mm-hmm.
And then pick it up again. Like, my mind needs breaks from people. That's the thing. Be it through a different context of interaction, or like a different, like, I just got off of interacting with people and came on here, but this is a different context, and there's also other things I'm doing at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So,
this one's funny. I really am
God.
just an idiot. Don't overthink it. No, why'd you do that? Because I thought it would be fun. Sometimes the male urges just take over, and I just need to see if I can jump down an entire flight of stairs or throw a boulder into a pond. There's really no meaning behind half the stuff I do.
That sounded like an Onision book for a moment. That sounds like him explaining why he hates everyone in the second book.
Real.
Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, him going like, oh yeah, all of the reasons why I hate you, I'll never be able to explain every single reason. And then he talks about how he hates fat people because they're lazy or
his
whatever.
dad for being a priest, or being Christian, but it's actually because his dad molested him, but he doesn't remember that. So why did he hate him? Because
he retconned it, yeah.
Because he realized at the end of the book that he forgot to make the dad unlikable.
It wasn't justified enough, like all the hatred he had for him. So he had to say, oh yeah, my dad was a child molester too, so therefore.
Funny enough, I think he also did that with the dad in Reaper's Creek.
I love this.
Not his dad, his character's dad, someone else's dad. It was God. God was the... Because remember, no. God was violated his sister.
No, it's and it turns out that Daniel was actually God's kid.
Yeah, but God violated his sister. And
wait a minute. If he's God's kid, how did he end up with this regular family? And if this happened thousands of years ago, it's a reincarnation?
I guess.
Actually,
it would have to be. It would have to be. And that's why we said that Indigo Prophecy is the high-budget Reaper's Creek.
It's the closest we'll get to a film adaptation of Reaper's Creek.
Yeah, it's the best version of, and it's a better version of Reaper's Creek too, by the way. It's better done. It's less poorly done. Let's put it that way. Not better done, less poorly done.
Oh, I love this.
Let's talk about Reaper's Creek world building.
Oh, the book! That book makes me want to shoot myself in the head.
Let's talk about Empress Teresa's world building, since Tara's watching that.
The greatest book of all time.
What is the world building of Empress Teresa?
Explain it?
Okay, so it's basically a 60, 70-year-old man talking about what he thinks an 18-year-old girl should act like. The world building in the book is so inconsistent and ridiculous and asinine and everything that nobody can understand it. Teresa, the main character, repeatedly messes with the laws of physics with no explanation, has no idea how science works, and nobody ever questions her. For example, she was trying to save the world from something, but then ended up taking off all the wind from the earth. And her idea from fixing the wind and bringing it back was basically to have giant water columns bring rain back and then bring the wind back, and something about explosions in Antarctica and ice columns.
When you repeat it back, I forgot that was the plot. and then you repeated it back, and I was like, oh my god, I forgot how stupid it is. Like,
It
it's
is,
so
and the
bad.
worst part is, Teresa can't do anything wrong. And
right,
it's
and
horrible.
she makes fun of the French for a whole chapter.
Yes, the French. The French!
Which, after Indigo Prophecy, we certainly felt the same, but...
Let's see.
to
I'm just
quote
gonna pull up a
Patrick Boyven,
screensaver to watch in the meantime so that people don't get bored.
To quote Patrick Boyven, David Cage has done more to France than damage to France than its surrender during World War II. But that'll be all I'll say. That'll be all I'll say about it. Oh god, these gargoyles hit me in my ass.
Do you think Norman probably has autism?
Probably, but I don't think that's an excuse for bad writing.
I guess because it's the thing, because all of these little towns kind of have, like...
Yeah, but I don't know if that... I don't want to use that as an explanation for his bad writing. I think there's...
Yeah, fair enough.
Just because I don't think it's related.
What do you think is the true...
What do
you think is the true reason for his bad writing?
Delusion, more than anything.
Do you think... My guess is that it was like a Christian situation where, like, he wrote something really shitty as a kid, and then
he thought it was good,
and people validated it.
Or because he had that whole paper where he wrote about Joan of Arc, if you remember. I got it. I got the weapon. Yes, that one was hard. But yes, I could believe that he got validated through somebody, because he wrote. Did you see that Frederick Knudsen live stream where he read Empress Teresa for a bit?
I have not, but I started watching Crimson Rogue's video.
It's hilarious.
Yeah, his video series is great. It's like 10 parts long though.
It's 5. It's only 5. It's only 5 parts.
Okay, 5 2-hour parts. That's
they're only about an hour and 10 minutes each.
That's 25
7
hours because it's 5. Wait, 20. Wait, 5. Like
it's the length of Metal Gear Solid 4's cutscenes.
You know what I found out?
What?
Have you ever played God of War?
Yes.
There's this one, like, apparently one of the characters in God of War is apparently voiced by Armstrong.
Oh, the same voice actor?
Yeah.
Don't fuck with this senator.
I'm just watching the DVD video mounts.
Can you tell you which character it is?
No.
Your mom.
You know what?
Haha.
Oh, I think I did this one already. I definitely did this one
I
already.
think I'm gonna turn off this stream because I feel nauseous.
Aww.
I don't know. Like, I guess I'll just leave it... Yeah. I guess I'll just leave it open, but I'll just keep it on the DVD screensaver. Hold on, viewers. We're gonna look at the funny, We're just gonna look at this thing because... Remember the DVD video screensaver? Remember?
Oh yeah, where the DVD logo would just bounce around.
Yes.
That's a good one.
It's great.
That's a retro.
No, does it hit the corner?
Oh yeah, it would never hit the corner. That's right.
No, it did. It does hit the corner.
Oh.
It's
maybe
just...
I never waited long enough for it to hit
You didn't wait enough for it to hit the corner, right?
Yeah. So his name is. So this. Can I say this?
Wait, who's about?
I was gonna say.
No, the actor. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. So it's So his name is Alistair Duncan.
A meme, a legend.
And in God of War, he voices a character named Mimir. Yeah, and he's also the voice of Armstrong in Metal Gear Rising. What are some good Armstrong quotes?
Well, yeah, I just quoted played college ball, when he's like, I could break the president in two. What's another one that he says? All the quotes about. Well, of course he says, "It's gonna make America great again." That's a great one. He says that like 3 years before Trump's thing.
Yes.
What else? Anyone else got good quotes?
You got cut off there.
I just said he said it's gonna make America great again. What else did he say? He said something else. I'm forgetting. There's so many good quotes that he had. Oh, well, if it isn't Saucy Jack.
Oh, Rai.
Yeah.
Miles wanted to tell you that he'll be on stream soon. He just got a Switch and Splatoon 3 and controllers for it, so he's really happy to be able to play games with us.
This one's a chill one. Anyone could come on at their leisure, because we're just we're chilling after last night. There's not as much analysis going on in here. I mean, there is, but not as much. So right now,
the deep philosophical implications of bouncing DVD logo screensaver 4K at 60 frames per second, 10 hours, no loop. 16.9 aspect, 16:9 aspect ratio.
Perfect. It's a masterwork. It's a masterwork. I love it. I should get that as my Be Right Back thing.
You should. It's funny.
It'd be funny.
Funny.
So right now I'm scrolling through because this weapon guide, like, thank God for this weapon guide. I wouldn't beat this game without it. Because holy shit, these are obtuse. Kill this number of enemies to make it appear. Do this. Like, there's no hint system, by the way. There's no way to figure this out, at least not to my knowledge. So, yeah, we'll go Sorrowborn. Which is a ground mission, so I don't know if I should have that one. And my video is called Ugh Ground Missions.
So true.
Let me do more aerial weapons because we're on the aerial roll. And that supposedly has more. Yeah.
I feel like talking to you about music.
Sure, do you want to talk about music?
Yes. I'm not sure how much I'll be able to talk about considering that you aren't able to hear it. But I want to talk to you about a genre that is very close to my heart. I really like dance floor drum and bass. It first really became popular in about 2011 to 2014. And it's a lot more melodic than a lot of other styles of drum and bass. You know, when most people think of D&B, if they're, familiar with the genre, it's kind of like this more chill, laid back, kind of... I don't know how to describe it. Well, here it talks about... Well, in the basic definition, we got typified by fast, syncopated breakbeat patterns, often sampled or programmed, with prominent bass lines, commonly within the 160 to 180 BPM range. And dance floor is one of the subgenres of that. So bass, drum and bass, has been around since the early 90s. It was really popular in that time. And then it's kind of plateaued out since then, as you can see in this graph here. So there's just so many different kinds of it. If we look here, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 subgenres according to the lovely folks at rateyourmusic.com.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's one of the main subgenres of electronic music, and it's personally one of my favorites. So back.
What about it is good to you? Like, what do you like most?
I like the reason why I like the genres that I picked: dance floor, crossbreed, jump up, not a lot of it, neurofunk. the reason why I like those specific subgenres is because of the energy that they have. It kind of gets you pumped up, gets you excited. You just kind of feel, alive and happy when, listening to it. And that's why I like the genre so much. And it makes me feel confident and happy, to different degrees depending on the specific subgenres. But anyways, back to dance floor. When most people think of dance floor, they think of Pendulum. And Pendulum, they're a band. A lot of their earlier stuff was most definitely drum and bass. But after around 2008 to 2009 or so, they all basically switched to, like, this rock music, which was fine. It was rock music with, like, drum and bass patterns, but it didn't really have anything to do with drum and bass itself. Actually, let me go to Ishkur's Guide to Electronic Music, because he explains it far better than I can. Reading this, it's a very comprehensive, it's in essence the... Oh dear.
What?
I can't open the Guide to Electronic Music because it just killed your audio because of just how much is on that page.
Yeah. All I said was those people are heroes.
Yes. They truly are. So Pendulum, they basically revolutionized drum and bass, so much to the fact that a bunch of people tried copying them, and their music was fine. It was fine. But people kept trying to copy it. And so...
Also, I can't use magic here, which is why I'm not using supers. Anyway, what were you gonna say?
There's some reviews on it. Let me just... Yeah, so it's kind of like... Yeah, it's like drum and bass, but rock, and then it slowly switched more towards, like, weird dubstep stuff. Yeah.
Dubstep, you said?
Yeah, so basically, ever since... Their stuff they made in 2000 was pretty cool, but then after that, they just fell off, as you can see by the, reviews here. 3 stars, 2.5 stars, for their album released in 2010. I'm just kind of going off here. It's just because it's something for me to talk about.
That's alright.
Their latest... Yeah, so they made an EP in last year, actually, after not having made anything in a decade. Wow. So that was pretty cool. But in the grand scheme of things, it's It's okay, I guess. But it's not like the stuff they were known for back in 2005, which was rated pretty well. So they kind of died, but basically they influenced dance floor to the effect that so many people tried to copy them, and that's just kind of unfortunate.
Yeah.
However,
I feel like there's always that for every genre of music, though. There's always like a genre that everyone wants to copy. Or a band, sorry.
Yes. So basically, the main kind of dance floor that I've been really enjoying lately was released from 2012 to 2015. Though, well, mainly 2014, but some in 2015. Those were the 3 years that I think were the absolute best for the genre. And an album that I am currently obsessing over is this album, which is Netsky's second album, simply titled 2. It was released in 2012. It's really good. It's really, really good. Yeah. Yes, exactly. So, the saddest thing about Netsky's releases is that his music, going through his discography, his music was great in the late 2000s, the 2010s, early 2010s, but then he got famous. And then
his music went down.
It sucked. It got so bad to the point that he was making music with David Guetta, music with, like, where's his other thing? I can't remember some of the exact things. Let me just go back to his page and show you just how horrible it all went down. 'Cause it went down, and it makes me sad. But where's the thing? Okay. So, we got the 4 albums, we got the EPs, we got the numerous singles, and yeah, music with David Guetta, he started making rap music and pop music.
That sounds like a betrayal of his...
You think, because if you go back to his oldest albums, his self-titled album, and those 2, it was great. It was catchy, it was vibrant, it was lively, it was really nice, and then just and you can see the decline in the ratings as time goes on for these releases. You know, we got the self-titled album got a 3.11, and then the most recent album in 2020 was...
It's called the self-titled
Stars?
album?
No, it's called Netsky, but it's self-titled.
Oh, okay.
His oldest track got a rating of 4 stars, and then the stuff he started releasing in 2018, which was when it really started shifting to, the pop stuff, got 1.8 stars. And then the more drum and bass it was, mainly in collaboration tracks he's done with artists, those are higher rated. But the pop and the rap and the stupid stuff, that is down there. And it's just unfortunate, because going back and looking through his older stuff, it's wonderful. But then knowing that he released this drivel, it just makes me want to cry. It's an insult to the genre which he helped pioneer. And I hate it.
Yeah. It's always a shame when the artists kind of like fall off because they get famous and then it's easier.
Yeah, and that's exactly what happened with Pendulum.
You might as well quit while you're ahead. Like, take your winnings and do something else. That's what a lot of good musicians do. They stop making music because they realize that they've made their great albums.
But on the bright side, we have this album, Metric's album, Ex Machina. I love this album. This is a great album. I consider it the drum and bass album of 2020. I've listened to it a billion times. I like at least, 1, 2, 4, 5. I like like 5 of the tracks off the album, and it has like 13 tracks, and most of them, are even the ones I don't really care for, are pretty okay. So this album has a very special place in my heart. It's one of the ones that kept me sane through COVID, because I basically had the thing on repeat. So...
kept your energy up, yeah.
Yes, it did. So, even then, we still have, artists like Metric helping keep the genre alive, and it's great.
That's good.
Let's see...
Those new artists. Yeah, that's what you gotta remember, is that for every artist who falls off, there's gonna be someone else who...
Yes, exactly.
Has the same opinion.
And Metric has been making music also since the early 2010s, and as you can see, his 2020 album is top 9 on the dance floor charts from the lovely people at Rate Your Music. That's where I get most of my info with music from, as you can tell.
Yeah.
Yeah. So onto another genre, crossbreed. This is a genre that I've only really gotten into within the past, year or so, but my god, am I so glad I got into it. The genre first started really kicking off, again, in the early 2010s. Are you sensing a theme here?
Yeah. Well, that's when a lot of electronic stuff really, became,
Yeah. So basically, it's kind of like a combination of hardcore and, dark step, which is kind of like, it's kind of like dubstep mixed with drum and bass.
Except it's dark.
Yeah, exactly. And it's better than... Wait, no, that's... I'm mixing up skull step with dark step. Jeez.
Skull step?
Subgenres, am I right? Well, skull
Yeah.
step is more drum and bass than actual dubstep. It's really confusing because some of the step genres are dubstep, and some of them aren't. And this is why we have our genre hierarchy, because otherwise you would not be able to keep track of all these things.
Yes.
Yeah. So basically, crossbreed is...
Ow.
What?
So I said ow because this mission's hard.
L.
This one's a hard one.
Yeah, so crossbreed, it's a phenomenal genre. It's loud. It hits hard. It got the energy of hardcore, but instead of it going like the 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, that hardcore typically goes, it goes like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, dun, 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 the kind of stuff you expect from a lot of drum and bass stuff. So,
yeah.
Most of my my 4 favorite crossbreed artists, we have Sinister Souls, Hallucinator, this album's also really good. Mutability by Death Machine. It's like speedcore and crossbreed. It's a really good genre. I'll actually go ahead and put the link there because it's wonderful and you should totally listen to it.
I will.
You should. It's great.
I will off stream just because I don't know what the content claim stuff is. Yeah, like for on Twitch.
Fun fact: the great thing about a lot of the music that I listen to is that since like nobody knows what it is, there's minimal, copyright. Because
I just don't know.
Nobody knows what it is.
Know. Because on YouTube it probably would be fine, but Twitch is the one who gets repeatedly bombarded by music
Twitch is
companies.
Stupid. But here's the album. It's from Prospect Records. I will die for that record label. It's the greatest record label on the planet, and you should totally listen to it. You should totally check it out. It's a lot of we got the crossbreed, we got the experimental, but it's also really a lot of it's really experimental and wacky and zany and crazy and dark, and it's phenomenal. And that
so I'd like it, is what you're telling me.
Theoretically. Granted, I was able to convince my dad that speedcore was a good genre, and that's
and he was not a speedcore guy.
No, my dad thought it was great and imaginative, even though it was at 300 plus BPM. That's one of my finest moments of my life. I just played an album, my dad's like, "This is really good," and I'm like,
yeah, because I mean, once you get over the hurdle of the BPM, I guess it's about composition and quality at that point.
Precisely. Actually,
some people just aren't ready for that, though,
Yeah, but granted, my dad was always considered the guy who listens to the crazy music, even as a kid. And even in high school, he listened to... What was his favorite... I think Vangelis was his favorite music artist in college. Just sophisticated ambient is the closest thing I can think of for describing it. But that's he always liked a lot of electronic music, or at the very least what was considered electronic music in the 80s.
Yeah. In the 80s, yeah. I mean, that was the dawn of it, really.
Yes. So this is the album that I showed him.
Oh, there's a Reaper.
And he liked this, and I'm like, this is wonderful. Got the loud. Yes, it's great. Loud, obnoxious. That is my energy. That is my energy.
And I love it. All right.
Yes. Oh, there's also.
Yeah.
So, how is Death Stranding when it comes to world building?
Pretty good, to be honest. It's one of the better parts of that game. I really enjoyed this world. So I clearly didn't do that well, and I used magic when I wasn't supposed to. However, I learned it, so let's try it again. Yeah, Death Stranding's pretty good about it. It has that really interesting way of stringing you along for not answering your questions straight up, or when it does answer them, answering them in a way that's confusing. So, intentionally. So it's pretty good about that.
Okay, so anyways, back to this, because I found other stuff, and it's cool. So this is the Crossbreed Essentials box set. It's very nice. So in terms of other artists, we got Igor, Counter-Strike. I love Counter-Strike. Counter-Strike is wonderful.
Counter-Strike Global Offensive.
No.
Yeah.
No. Gantry and Ruin make a lot of neurofunk, but their music has crossed over into Crossbreed, pun not intended, because there is kind of like a relation between neurofunk and Crossbreed. Neurofunk is kind of like if the hardcore element was taken out of, Crossbreed, and it was kind of made a bit lighter sounding.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then we got, Sinister Souls, the 2014 album. That was a great album. Oh, Detest. I love Detest. It's this, like, how do I explain it? It's loud, obnoxious. I don't know how to describe these things apart from loud and obnoxious. Because I am not a music person. I like listening to music. I like classifying music. But for the love of me, I cannot describe it at all.
What's the texture of the song? Like, can you tell me about that?
Oh, sure. So, like...
Because that's how you describe music from a music person's perspective. You describe texture and tone and sound and things like that.
Okay, so with a lot of Crossbreed, it sounds industrial, dark, metallic, but also upbeat. So kind of like if something was being hammered repeatedly, really fast, but not at the same tempo.
So it changes tempo.
Or not really, but not in the same like timing. So it's
so it goes in and out of following it follows a beat, but it emphasizes different beats.
Let me just
like it'll go up or down beat sort of thing.
I think let me just...
Yeah, at the end, if you play just like a several second sample of it, that'll work. Because again, I don't know. I trust you on the copyright. I don't want to get taken down, so.
Here we go.
But it is not the main attraction of the stream.
This one. This is probably one of my personal favorite Crossbreed songs, and it's called I'm Not Crazy, and I like it because it fits me. So, enjoy. Let me... Hold on. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, I know. It's like picking and choosing which beats it wants to follow. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. And this is another one of his songs. This one was released in 2013. So that kind of rhythm fits with what you hear in a lot of Crossbreed. It goes like that. Because we got the hardcore energy with the drum and bass background, and it's wonderful, and I highly recommend it. Actually, now that I know that, I think I'm gonna show you a quality dance floor track. Let's see. I love this song. This song is great. Let me... I love that song. It's great. I mean, look me in the eye and tell me it's not. It is.
Yeah.
We will not expect drum and bass slander in this house. So that one was released in 2022. Might say 2014. So that fits with my 2012 to 2014 were the greatest years for dance floor hypothesis. Because my hypotheses are correct.
Yeah, they aren't hypotheses. They're factual claims.
Objective facts.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, now I'm gonna talk to you about the J-Core rabbit hole, because my god, is there a rabbit hole with this stuff.
It's a rabbit hole.
So apparently, so is Miles joining?
He's probably coming.
Yeah, he'll probably be here soon, but like you said, he just got a whole ass new console. You know?
New
What kind of console?
A Switch.
The Switch. As DSP says, a new console.
Okay.
How is DSP in terms of locale?
He's pretty funny.
He's stupid.
You know what's
He's
one
really annoying though. He's super annoying. Like.
Isn't he the
Oh
guy?
my god, dude.
Isn't he the guy who did the video of himself jerking off or something?
Yep.
Oh yeah, he had his stream camera.
He
on,
accidentally looked at
accidentally in
porn
his
on
pre-stream,
stream.
and he was rubbing one out before the stream.
It's like,
And
that's
he's
great.
like, oh, my camera was on. My camera's on the whole time, huh?
Crippling porn addiction. Average Redditor. Okay, so
It's the best.
J-Core. It's Japanese hardcore and happy hardcore. And although it might seem just like, oh dear god, it's another hardcore subgenre, because there's also plenty of those, it's not. J-Core is like a whole separate thing. It's basically, if you put
Preemptively grab
the-
the mode. I'm still listening.
the obnoxious, happy, vibrant energy of happy hardcore and the dark, fast energy of regular hardcore, and then cranked it up to like 150. It's psychotic, and I
Iconic.
like it.
Did you
Psychotic.
say-
Psychotic.
Icon.
Yes. So, if we're gonna talk J-Core, we gotta talk about Camellia, the godfather of J-Core. Well, he's not really the godfather of J-Core, but his music is a whole thing. It's a whole thing. Oh.
The Godfather.
Yes, he has
The
made,
Dogfather.
like, hundreds of songs. It's insane. He's released a lot. His stuff is it's probably the most copyright questionable, considering that within J-Core, he's really famous.
Yeah, let's. If you're questioning it, let's not play. I wish I could, but you know.
Yeah.
You know.
So,
Thanks, Bezos, for taking it up the ass from
yeah.
from music companies.
So,
I think I got it. It was like 25% health with no magic attacks.
oh, and the cool
for the
thing
8
about
minutes. I think I did
Chamelea's
it.
music is that
did it.
he literally gives some of his stuff away. And
Yeah.
it's really nice of him because it's good music. One of my personal favorite releases from him is his 100,000 follower special album called Terra I.O. And that's not just because my name is in the title. It's got a wide variety of music. We got the regular J-Core, we got drum and bass, it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing, and it's wonderful. Chamelea's music cannot truly be quantified, even within J-Core. It's just so special. There's just nothing like it, man. And it's great. It's great. Okay, so that's one of the people
Let's look at the weapon guide again.
we
gotta
know
make
when
sure.
we think of J-Core. Let's see what else. Fun fact,
Again,
there's also
Praise the gods of IGN for.
Fun
making
fact.
this-
oh, you
yeah.
can go. You can go.
I was just saying IGN maybe you can't spell ignorant without IGN, but they did help me a lot with Dragon Guards. So thank you,
Yes.
IGN.
So the cool thing about J-Core is that there are numerous record labels dedicated to, putting out different compilation albums every couple months. If you focus just on these compilation albums, you could be there for hours, and I've done exactly that, just listening to different J-Core compilation albums. So you can really fall down a rabbit hole with this. So
I'll be right back.
if
Alright.
we're talking, J-Core music artists that I really like, Usao has to be one of the artists, and that's spelled USAO. He's been releasing music since 2006. He still releases stuff to this day. So J-core had its origins in the mid 2000s, which makes it one of the older genres that I listen to on a regular basis. As it got more recognition in the 2010s, more people learned about it, more people started making it.
Let's see.
So, how to describe his kind of music?
Is my stream still going?
Ooh. Well, if anything else, I have something, so...
No, it's going.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, mine's still going, too. Cool.
It was just being a butt.
Mm-hmm. It always is. It always is.
It's a butt.
So true. Okay, so... Let me...
Touch the butt. Remember that line in Finding Nemo?
Yes. I watched that movie so many times as a kid.
That's a great movie.
Mm-hmm.
As I scroll through this weapon list.
Why is it not letting me... Why doesn't it show me the links to the stuff? Oh, this one. Wait, no, that's a collaboration. If I want to show you their styles individually, I can't show a collaboration. Duh! This one.
You can't show it?
It's just different. It's just different, you know? It's different.
Alright.
I didn't realize that he had 4 collaboration EPs with Massive New Crew. Interesting. Let's see.
And it's in the crazy evil hell zone, as you can see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so anyway, shout out to the folks that rate your music for all this, because I could be here for hours. Let me just go... Let's see. Oh, there's one person watching this.
Whoa,
thank you, one person.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize he had a YouTube. Cool. I'll subscribe to that.
Oh, you didn't know I had a YouTube?
No. I didn't know Uso had a YouTube. So I subscribed to it.
Okay.
Because...
Oh, I thought you said you, but okay, yeah.
Yeah. I
was gonna say you're already subbed to me.
Yeah, I'm
already subbed to you.
Yeah, I'm probably pronouncing all the Japanese names wrong because I don't know how to pronounce Japanese names because I'm a stupid American.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is probably one of my all-time favorites of his. So here we go. Enjoy. Then we got... Hold on, where's the second part that I like the best? Yeah, so it's a lot faster, it's a lot, harder, it's a lot more energetic than regular happy hardcore, which it's in the name. It's energetic, but Western happy hardcore is not the same as J-core. I've had to explain to people before, and they didn't really understand me at first, but then once I showed them example tracks, they were like, oh yeah, I guess these are different. And granted, this is all online because the only person I know in real life who actually listens to electronic music on a regular basis primarily listens to dubstep, and if you know me, you know I hate dubstep. It's like 70 BPM and it's slow and I hate it.
It's too slow for you?
Yes.
Is that the big problem you have with it?
Yes, it's slow.
Like, otherwise it would be good.
Yes, if it was
definitionally the genre is slow.
Yes.
It's like,
if it was faster, it would be better.
Remember Diamond Eyes? Remember when we talked about that guy?
No, I don't.
I don't know if you were there, but he's all about that grime step, homeboy. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. So my one friend in particular, he pays a lot of attention to dubstep. There is also a bunch of subgenres of that. To me, they all sound like obnoxious noise, but he can tell you about the differences. So the differences between dubstep and hardcore, he and I have been on numerous debates between the two genres. Hardcore is clearly superior. You can't change my mind. So I'll look up regular hardcore because that's where Crossbreed came from, and hardcore is where happy hardcore came from. And then happy hardcore created J-core, and then regular hardcore a few decades later created Crossbreed. So it's all connected. It all goes back to this stuff. So let's go back to the list. Again,
the handy dandy list.
the
Again,
handy
these
dandy
people are
list of
heroes.
all
IGN was
200.
heroes for giving me this list for weapons.
Oh,
These people are heroes for their lists. These heroes are lists, dude.
so true. Okay, so let's see.
God, there's 2 Cyclops in this level. That's interesting. This is the one time they're outside of chapter 5.
Mm-hmm.
They're
Okay,
in
so
mystery expedition.
regular hardcore had its peak in the early 90s.
Ow.
It's plateaued since, so it's one of the oldest main genres.
But they're really accurate right now.
That we talk about to this day. In the grand scheme of things, I mainly listen to Crossbreed just because a lot of regular hardcore, it just doesn't,
It just doesn't hit right.
Yeah, it just doesn't hit right. Exactly.
This is the Cyclops I like when they miss me completely.
Oh, here's a decent hardcore track that I can look
Yeah,
up.
they won't die too. So I clearly messed up this mission. We gotta try this again. Dun, 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 dun. Music on Admiral mode right now.
I can't. I see.
Oh wait, I think I have another clip of me. Should I do that one again? Or should I do? I feel like I want to actually play a game now.
I can't. I look it up.
Yeah, we can actually play a game.
It's being
now.
mean.
Let me change games. Over.
This was released on a compilation, and I thought it was cool, but why can't I find it? I'm offended.
Like the thing itself, you mean?
Yeah, the song. Let me... Did it actually...
Let me turn on my Wii. Set up.
Here it is. Okay. So, this is a decent song. It's one of the few decent hardcore tracks that I actually like.
I thought you liked hardcore.
No, I do, but a lot of hardcore... A lot of it's just become so saturated with mainstream festival stuff that it's a slog to listen to.
Can you explain to me what makes something a festival stuff? I don't know.
It's popular. It's easily accessible to people. It kind of combines the most popular aspects of the genre. Think Big Room House. Are you familiar with Big Room House?
Yeah, I think so.
It sucks. So basically, the festival hardcore, it's pretty much Big Room House of hardcore, and it sucks.
Okay.
Yeah, so most people think of electronic music, they think of Big Room House, and I have to go into detail explaining the differences. So, this one's a decent hardcore track. Enjoy.
Boring. That's the way I describe it.
1, 2, 3, 4. It hits. It hits, man. Yeah, so that. It's the energy. It's got the good energy. So, this lady, I appreciate her musics because there are very, very, very few women in electronic music. Very few. So Miss Kate, this lady, is one of the few women in electronic music, much less in hardcore. So that is reassuring. However, it is still generic. So keep that last track in your mind as you listen to this. You feel the difference? Do you hear the difference?
Yeah.
It's different.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So that's the kind of stuff that you see at the typical festivals. One of the most popular festivals for hardcore. We got the Dominator festivals, we got the Thunderdome festivals, and I'm sure they're mighty fine festivals to go to. However, in order to make the music there accessible to a wide audience, since people go from around the world to see these festivals, which are mainly concentrated in Germany and Scandinavia. They gotta make things as accessible as possible, which then in turn alienates it from people such as myself who don't like easily accessible music.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Yes.
Fair enough.
Yep. Sorry that I'm lecturing you on music, but it helps my headache feel better.
That's okay. I know nothing about this, so it's interesting to hear about it. So.
Yes, I need to go blow my nose. Where are my tissues?
That's okay. I need to finish the rest of this.
There are my tissues.
And I also need to close this or get rid of this.
Tissues.
Really quick. Stand up. And I'll fill up my water.
Ugh. Horrible. Okay. So, let's see. Aha. Mainstream happy hardcore. It is mainstream, and it is happy hardcore, and it's generic. I mean, it's not bad, but it's not good either.
I'm probably gonna turn off my face cam in a minute.
Oh, you had your face cam on and you didn't tell me, right?
I thought, okay. I'm sorry.
I'm sad.
You'll be able to watch it back.
Okay. You need to tell me these things right away.
I didn't know that you didn't know.
I didn't know
that you didn't know. Well, now you can go look. I still have it on, so.
Okay.
Because I need to.
In the meantime, I will stop my stream. Let me just
turn on the volume.
And
volume.
Part 2 coming